Hello, viewers of the show. We're back. It's Virtual Seas. It's the show about video games taking place in water or about water or around the water, above the water, below the water. Um, and I'm going to do more of this one because it was so weird last time, so unexpected that I'm intrigued. I was really thinking it was going to be like a swim around in the ocean game, but it's very much not that. It's you live in the computer game and you control computer stuff for a scientist that's actually on an alien water world. Very peculiar. Very peculiar. I didn't think we'd be just, controlling things on a topographical map. Feels like science. Feels like I'm doing science. Feels like I'm a scientist when I play this game, which is very unexpected and cool. It's like, maybe it's not exactly like it would really go down, but if humans were exploring exoplanets, there would be something taking place that's kind of like this, maybe. Rather than just like, something like No Man's Sky, where you're just running around being a goofball building bases with a little building gun or something. Um, so I think we need to go to the west this time. And that means we should go either this way or... Large smooth pebbles sit in the sand, and beyond I can see the suns catching the amber terraces of another stock forest. The pale sand is unmoving here, but to the north I can see the yawning chasm and strong currents of a wide rift. Can we zoom out? Is that a thing? That's as far as we can zoom out. Okay, well we definitely want to go north, so maybe let's go to that one. Yeah, this is just how do you even come up with this game? It's astounding. They were just like, no, how would it really be to explore an alien ocean? Maybe it's gonna be like this someday. Looks like Minnie has had to salvage the parts of the base to build what she needed to survive. She must have been here many months before I arrived. What if there was a sequel and you played as this, I keep saying it Minnie. It's probably Mine. But let's not change it right in the middle, so I'll just keep making the same mistake. But what if there was a sequel or a prequel and you played as that person? That would be cool. Open sand. The western side of the finger becomes increasingly enclosed by rocky outcrops as it leads towards the shallower water. Split boulders. Some ruined equipment lies in the shelter of two boulders. An early way station site, perhaps? Well, that sounds like an interesting thing to go check out. Is there anything here? No sample ability? Across the open sand I can see the faint shapes of stock colonies rising up in ordered rows. At the edge of the strange terraces of this underwater forest, the stalk sits like a sentry armed with a coating of bubbles. So we should probably go there and get some of those bubble thingies. Patterns of stalks stretch across into the distance, the pathways and terraces of some unknown design. It must be the western stalk forest. But like, what are these? Doesn't even tell me. Oh, it does. Shrill sack. I think we should go over to this one and, like, get some samples. Told you there would be sampling available. Oh, we're full, though. So we better... Like, what are these? Why do we care about this? Why don't we just dunk that in that thing? Okay. Okay. Let's at least get some space going. Like, this really feels like I'm really collecting a sample, like in a... using scientific instruments or something, you know? It's so simple, but it's such a... Oh, that was a shrill sack? It was a shrill sack anyway. Nay's map data mentions a microbe which can only occur in the stock forest. If we can find 4 healthy colonies, it will make the ideal basis for propulsion system's fuel cell. Okay. So we want to go there, but are we blocked? Unlike in the southern reef, the stocks here are ordered in curving rows, tightly packed and evenly spaced. We are blocked, so what we have to do is drop one of these babies onto this area. And now we can go there. Bloated stock. These stalks bulge out from their bases, forming rounded, pulsing growths that look discolored and stretched. I've started logging data on these strange inflated stalks. They look ill. Okay. This growth is bloated and distended, the panels of chitin bulging outwards, and between the seams, something flows within. Well, I'm gonna need a sample of that. What are those strange inflated stalks? They look like the sporing growths we found in the eastern caves, but there's something wrong with them. We need to break them open somehow so we can sample the microbial colony inside. Let's see if they respond to the shrill sacs. Oh, I'm pretty sure they're gonna respond. Okay. Grab one of these babies. Make this thing respond. Oh, it made a huge stink. You can see the stink cloud. We just exploded it or something. It's bubbling like cola. What the heck is going on? Now what do we do? Oh, okay. I was just sitting here waiting for something to happen. Another of the reef's tall stalks, dotted with translucent bubbles. To the west, the stalks spread in thick pathways curving between strangely corroded stones. Tell me about those stones, though. Oh, we can get a sweet sample here, though. Shrill sack. I'm pretty good on shrill sacks, TBH. Maybe I'll grab one. Okay. And then do a little of this. So we can go over there. Oh, what about that? As they curve south, the stalks meet the rising wall of rock which shelters the southern reef. The membrane of these stalks is thin enough to be translucent in areas, but stretched to breaking point whatever is inside. These curving avenues of stalks seem to mark a loose perimeter around each bloated growth. Why? Why indeed? So do we go south or do we go west? I'm gonna say west. Pulse can be felt running through the shelf from the north, making the sand ripple in small soft waves. When alarmed, these stalks burst open, releasing their toxic contents into the local water. Could they be defending themselves? I told you it was a stink that came out. Clearing these stalks is a delicate task, and I hope that their retraction is temporary and not some terminal state. Yeah, I hope so, since you've been bombing them with these whatever shrill sacks the whole time. This pulsing growth sits in a strangely shaped clearing. What causes the stalks to grow like this? There's something I'm not seeing here. What's that? The pulsing, pumping rhythm of these stalks' contractions suggests that some process is happening inside them. If these stalks are isolating the bloats, perhaps it is because they are dangerous to the colony itself. I think we should keep going up this way, if that's allowed. Okay. These bubble skin stalks keep their distance from the bloats as if they know the danger they pose to the stalk colonies. Okay, we can get some samples. Free samples. And then what are we supposed to do now? Do you think they might be protecting something? Yeah. But what would they be fortifying, and why all the diseased bloats? I don't know. Bloated stalks seem to be precisely spaced out between the stalks. Are we damaging the colony by disturbing them? Yeah, probably. Probably. Reef bloat. Large bloated stalks that burst easily, expelling the toxic microbes held inside their bodies. Their movements suggest unforeseen processes. That's enough data to log and classify these inflated stalks. I'm going to call them reef bloats. Cool name. This side of the colony loops back towards its center, leading deeper between the stalks. Some vein or root must run through this spot as the sand rumbles with unseen movements. Are all the bloats connected? Let's go to this one first. It seems unlikely that the bloats are simply individually diseased stalks. Their growth patterns suggest a system, a process. Beyond these stalks, I can see a sheer ridge rising up to the north. With its chalky covering melted away by the bloat, this rock has a dull metallic sheen, spectrums of light reflecting across its surface. Tell me there's no sampling here? Whoa. Hmm. We need to go back another way. Wait, was there sampling here? No. This line of stalks marks the western edge of the colony. In this direction, a rock wall rises up beyond a sandy shelf. Okay. These bloats pulse unnervingly as if at any moment they might burst open, choking the water with a microbial cloud. That sounds like a great place to go. Because, like, we hit the northern boundary and we hit the western boundary. I feel like we're supposed to find something in the middle that's, like, got the minerals we want. To the west stands a final pathway of stalks before the colony fades out into the sand and rock. I mean, we could bomb further north. But I don't know. The stalk sits on top of the corroded husk of a boulder, melted down to little more than a pebble. Still just shrill sacks in here. Okay. What's that? It would be easy to become lost in the complex patterns traced in these rows of stalks. I wonder where they lead. Isn't that tantalizing? Let's head towards that stink cloud. The stalks form a loose perimeter around this growth which bulges unsettlingly as if it's about to burst. What about over here? The stalks seem to be growing around the bloated growths, isolating them each from each other. What purpose does this serve? Quit pondering and just figure it out already. Oh ho, here we go. Microbial colony, I told you. We got one, but the clouds of microbes these stalks release are incredibly toxic. The suit is having to flush its vents with oxygen to protect me. We've lost a lot of reserve oxygen. We're going to need to be fast when sampling these bloats. Let's get another 3 colonies. Okay. Don't want to run out of oxygen? Yeah, I get it. Let's go back. Sometimes you gotta go through the stink, you know? Okay, that's better. The rock behind this growth looks as if it has been melted. Layers whirl into distorted forms, revealing a metallic core. That's gotta have some kind of minerals, right? Sat silently among the terraces, this stalk bristles with bubbles, waiting to breach at the first sign of a predator. Okay, here's some samples. That's it. I feel like we're kind of running low on resources or whatever this is. Oh, you know what? Is that the oxygen? Oh, a shrill sack can give us oxygen? And the whatever other thing he gave us power. Interesting. I did not know that. But you know, this thing keeps saying I should blow it up, honestly. And just not as many words. Because you gotta make the stink come to you, you know? I knew it. Okay, then this thing we gotta take over here. And then we can go. Okay, here we go. Now what's going on over here? Between the rocks and the stalks, a thin sandy passage leads towards a clearing. I feel like there was other ones that we passed that were like, blow this spot up and you'll get a thing. Yeah, we gotta go back. Something around here, maybe? Okay. These are just good to get to keep our oxygen up, you know? Oh yeah, this thing, for sure. Get a nice amount of stink coming out of there. Spark colony. Is that it? That's all we got? No, there's more. There's gotta be more, no? Oh heavens. Using up our oxygen. Oh, we can make some stink on that thing. That's it? Oh, that's it. Okay, okay. Okay, okay, okay. But where did this infection come from? The stocks seem to be struggling to deal with it. Or is this just part of their expected life cycle? What do you think? I don't know. I agree, this feels like a rare event, an epidemic perhaps, but what is the source? Either way, let's bring these back to the base as soon as we can. We can analyze these samples here. Call in the pickup. Okay. Okay, wow. Hey, ready to get back to work? Yeah, I guess. Great, because I've had a very productive few hours. I've been working on that propulsion system. I've used those 4 microbial samples to grow a new colony in the lab. Then I transferred it to a secure containment capsule, nice and snug. I followed what I could from Mine's notes on building a microbial fuel cell. It's all loaded onto the suit, the MFC fed directly from our reserve oxygen supply. Now we just have to take the suit out for a drive for a dive to test it. It's going to take plenty of oxygen to fuel the colony, so bring any samples that'll help out. Make sure not to take any we haven't put through analysis on the lab level first. I don't want to burn through hours of research material just to get a power boost. This propulsion system will let us pass through strong currents and move quickly. We should be able to cut across that rift north of the way station and... Whoa, this has a typo and C? Okay. Pretty uncool typo though. I want to see the sketches soon. That sounds cool. Some stuff we should put in there, right? And like, what was that other thingy? Yeah, this thing. We should keep these in here. So if those are in there, does that mean we'll start? Yeah, here we go. Oh, this is what you're supposed to do. This is so science-y and stuff. So did we analyze it completely now? Okay, cool. Toxic microbial colony found inside bloated stalks. Wow. Bird pollen extracted from petals in the East Reef. Shimmer blooms. Okay, is that good? We can change in our taxonomy thingy now? Tissue sample analysis requested? Didn't I do that? How do I study these dang things? Okay. So... it's my sample storage, whatever. Crew terminal. What's the other one? Is there any other way we can study these babies? We need like a different kind of lab or something. What is still left to look at in here? Okay, well, I guess let's keep going. So now we want to head out this way. Okay. So start from here, I guess. Wait, what are these? Sample request? I need to do that? Let's do this first. It's hard being a scientist. It's really hard. Regular people, they don't know until they play this game. Okay, so you find the controls and the utilities where sampling and everything else is. Once you've found the propulsion system, let's try it out, but remember, it uses oxygen, be careful. When you've got the hang of it, let's try to cross the northern rift. Okay. So I assume that's this thingy. So you fill that up with oxygen. Then you press A. Command before activation. Then press X. No, press up to cancel it. Okay. And now... Did I go faster or something? Let's get to that northern rift. Right? What happened here? What's that? Get a sample of this? Can't. Detected pass. This side of the shelf is sliced at by the planet's oceanic currents. Look at those flecks of organic material. They are being cycled back into the reef's ecosystem, drifting from unseen places out in the ocean. Must be part of some vast process. Do you think we'll ever understand the cycles of this ocean? Yeah, eventually. I hope so too. It's just so intimidating, an entire planet of life, and just us to study it. Okay, what am I supposed to do now? How am I supposed to blast off? So we sucked up oxygen. We did something. Now what are we supposed to do? This is confusing. I don't get it. Maybe this isn't the right place? I mean, we gotta have a vector to go to, right? Passage between these rocks leads out into the howling currents of the northern rift. Yeah, that's what I want, I'm pretty sure. Okay. The northern rift is the largest of the cuts into the central reef. Crossing it without some way of navigating the currents would be suicide. Okay, well. Impressive. This split in the shelf is incredibly wide and deep. Okay, well here goes nothing. Start the propulsion system and let's cross. Flecks of spores and other organic... I don't want to read that, I just want to blast off here. Okay. Oh, not that. Okay. Okay. Pillar rising up the ocean floor. No shelter from the reef. Okay. Still going good. There's something on the other side. A huge green cloud rising up from the shelf. That must be the bloom. Okay. Let's hear about this green cloud. The green wall of a vast bloom of some kind rises up ahead, swirling and obscure. Huge stink cloud. What ecological crisis spawned this green mass? How is it connected to the reef? If the answers are anywhere, they are inside. Yeah, let's go in. Well, it's gonna use up my oxygen. The water inside is totally anoxic. The suit's rebreather can't function. Was that bad? We'll have to run and reserve oxygen while we're inside this place. Okay, well that sounds bad. Why would I keep going? This is not good. Am I gonna die? Oh man. Failed delicate fans, almost bone white, whatever. I don't want to die in here. Fans seem to be re-oxygenating water. Let's start locking it. This could be useful. Okay, so this is an oxygen zone? There's life still hanging on inside this toxic bloom, creating safe zones in order to thrive. Perhaps these creatures can help us learn how to exist in these toxic conditions. Let's take some samples and see what effects they have on the bloom when we deploy them. Oh, this is like a stink dispersal thing we get to do. Okay, so what is this? That's the toxic whatever. Fan dust. Bloom oxygenating dust harvested from a filtering fan. So that can give us a little bit of oxygen, but... where are we going to drop this baby? I literally don't know. Okay, that just made that a little bit better. That was weird. What if I drop it like right here? Oh, that kind of sucked. I don't know, man. Occasionally the fan shivers, releasing a flurry of green growths that have gathered among its gossamer spines. This fan sits among shards of rock, trembling in cyclical currents of the bloom. This is eating up my oxygen pretty bad. You know what? Can we get some oxygen back? Because I'm like nervous about it. Okay. And then, what's going on over here? Away from the rock outcrops and fans, the visibility in the bloom falls to near zero. A rise of silver silt fills the depression created by the corroded rock shelf. The tip of a shell pokes above it. Is that an eye? That sounds spooky. This bronze shell sits half buried in the sand. What creature lives inside it and how can we tempt it out? Some kind of shelled creature hiding in the silt over there. We need to figure out how to tempt it out of its burrow. Perhaps a sample from elsewhere in the bloom? Something that reacts with the microbial growth itself. Yeah, I think I know. Here, the rocky shelf on the reef flakes away into large fragile sheets with razor-sharp edges. Let's do a little bit of this. Okay. Well, now it's moving. Wow. Let me check this guy out. Bivalve creature. The brown shell sits half buried. Oh yeah, okay. Well, I already woke it up, duh. Is it my friend? I'm gonna scan this thing one more time. Is that bad? Okay. If I go over there, is it gonna be bad? Yes. So we gotta go over here. That's what we want. Some of that sweet sampling. With the oxygen gone, the microbes here must be metabolizing some other substance in order to persist. These creatures bury themselves to hide from the bloom's toxicity, making them one of few life forms that can survive the bloom. Silt has gathered around the base of this wide outcrop, and the signatures of life forms buried within it can be detected. Eaten away by the bloom, this outcrop is marked with a patina of tiny holes. To the north, the bloom whips around in cycles of heavy growth like a thunderhead forming. You know, why don't we drop one of these things on that, and then go over there and see what is going on. Let me do this. Okay. What? No. Oh, this is not good. Do that. Okay, we need some oxygen. Currents of the bloom grow stronger as I move away from the rocky outcrops of its southern side. This is risky. This should be fine, I hope. No? Oh man. Let's do a little bit of this. That's good. Okay. Fan-like fins which can fold down in a simple set of retractable eyes enable the creature to totally conceal itself within the shell. Green clouds drift above a rocky floor honeycombed with holes. Honeycombed, did I say? Honeycombed. I'm running out of stuff, though. Does this do anything for me? It does. It gives me some power. Okay. Okay. I don't have a lot of stuff. Oh, something's good over there. That's where we need to go. Is this what allows the species here to survive this constant toxicity? I bet it is. Within these complex transparent structures, the blurred activity of many individual creatures can be seen. These must be nests. These swarms of bright creatures provide vital safe zones in the bloom. Let's start logging data on them. Okay. The ornate domes and porous spheres of these skeletons glint with the purity of their silica growths. Within the open structure of these nests, swarms of glinting particles form shifting shapes. Okay. Ooh. What was that? Animal colony. These colonies do well to hold out against the bloom. What are these babies? Okay. That's good. We should try deploying a colony to see if we can create our own safe zone within the toxic flood. Well, that's all of them? Okay. Well. A small construction drone from the base, corroded beyond use. What was Minnie building out here? So you want me to deploy? Or should I do it from here? Oh, we can sample something. These strange forms scattered around inside the bubbles, are they skeletons? They resemble radiolarians, but far bigger in scale. They're incredibly ornate. A colony of shadow domes lying in the silvery silt. What were these creatures? Strange fizzing light provides little comfort in this bizarre wasteland. Well, is there nothing from this thingy? Okay, let's do this, and then I guess we'll make a safe zone over here. That's nice. Nothing but green water and broken rock. It's my last one. This better lead to something. The shapes of corroded outcrops sit in the west like sleeping giants. Oh. This is not good. Oh, but there's something down there. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm running out of oxygen, dude. I'm definitely gonna die. Oh man. Okay, I need to collect a sample if possible. Okay. That's not even gonna do anything. I'm dead. Dead. I'm so dead. Well, it looks like the pilot just escaped anyway. So that's how you can die, if you were curious. I wonder where I get kicked back to. I wonder if she says, like, hey, you suck for, like, trying to kill me. What happened? Are you back online? Yeah, good. I think the suit's preservation protocols kicked in and brought us back to this way station. That was lucky. Please, I need you to keep an eye on our oxygen and power. Let's not do that again. Now, where are we? I guess let's just go back and do the exact same thing. At least now we can go faster because we have all this stuff mapped out. But we still gotta do this thing. And I did waste some oxygen with this earlier, which maybe is why we were at such a deficit before. I think it shouldn't take that long to get back. We really gotta, like, make sure we're up to date on these samples. We get all of them. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So let's go there. And yeah, definitely sample every time it's possible. Okay, and do we need to, like, throw one of these over here? It wasn't that useful, but let's get to that safe spot. Okay, here we go. Oh, hold on. What are these? Oh, that's... okay. You know what? That's what I should have done to fill up my air. And even this shell gives me a decent amount. Okay. Well, I'm not terrible right now in terms of oxygen, so let's just keep it going. I think it was up this way. It totally wasn't. I'm just looking for the place that was, like, the big area. Okay, do we have space? No. Well, I have multiple of this, so let's just get some oxygen back. we're full again. Maybe it's fine. Here it comes. Okay. So we're gonna want some of that stuff. So let's use up some of that, this that we got. Okay, full oxygen. That's what you want to see. Okay, now we have those babies, which are not good for filling oxygen, but they do create the safe spaces that we need. What do we have in here? Oh, this is good. For sure. Because that refills our oxygen a bunch. I say we skip past this first one and go to the second one. And then we throw in a safe zone making thing. Okay. And like do that again for the next one. Okay. Okay. What was going on with this guy? Finned creature conceals itself within shell protection, blah. Well, I like it. Shards of rock within the seafloor and miniature landscape. Like what? Okay, what do we got? Okay, I think we're doing pretty good on it here. Actually, let's just go here and look at the next thingy. That's definitely where we want to go first before we start getting ahead of ourselves. And we can sample. Okay, well, what else is going on? Blue flashes flicker across the shattered strata of rock. Sounds like some bioluminescence. A sickly pale green light filters down onto the rocks. Pale, delicate fans that feed on the bloom by filtering it through their bodies using a catalytic dust to counter its toxicity. I'm naming these bloom fans. When we finally get out of this place, I'll update the basis taxonomy logs. Okay. Sampling is full. Yeah, let's eat one of these babies. Okay. Okay. Then where to go? This one or this one? A safe spot or not? Maybe we can drop a dust on that creature? Is this gonna do something for us? Yes, it is. Oh, but not for long. Oh, no, it's good, it's good. Okay, he's helping. The ghost of some equipment lies in this cell, one of many pieces lost in Minet's expeditions in the bloom. Oh, here we go, we're getting somewhere. Okay, this looks like another base. Sphere fragment. What does that mean? Let's eat one of these. Okay. So we still have another one. This side of the bubble seems close to the way station. If it were to shrink, any foothold we have in the green desert would be lost. Like the nests themselves, which are woven from transparent threads, the bubbles which connect them also seem to have delicate skin. The nest is the way station's protector. Without its swarms of iridescent life, the station would be little more than a rust-eaten frame. It must have been a struggle to assemble the metallic cage of this way station so deep in the bloom. What led Minet out here? Finally, a way station. With this active, we can call for retrieval all across the bloom, useful when we run low on oxygen. Open the terminal and we can resupply and see if Minet left any map data behind. Okay. That one. Okay, I've got her logs here. A lot of trips back and forth between here and a laboratory. That means she must have set up a remote lab somewhere deeper into the bloom. She spent months making trips to it, ferrying some materials from elsewhere in the bloom to there. She was studying something important to her. We have to find that lab. I'll log the coordinates on the dive map when we get back to the base. Okay, so then we probably need to do this, this thingy, right? Wow. Okay, we did it. Then we gotta find the secret laboratory. I want to study some of these samples I collected. Hey, are you back with me? Yes. Good, I wanted to ask you about the bloom. I've been trying to understand what is causing it. It seems unlikely we're looking at a stable ecosystem. It has to be a unique event. And yet creatures have rapidly and effectively adapted to these conditions. How is that possible? There's something we aren't seeing, something Minet was investigating too. Do you think she knows something we don't? Yeah, probably. She has to. Maybe she's holed up in the lab mentioned in the map data waiting for us. Let's find that lab. Okay, well. Let's go to that sample whatever thingy. What's going on with life support? Okay. Sample store. And then that we're going to need to look at. And that we're going to need to look at. That we should look at. Everything else I think we're good on. Right? So then we go down to the lab. Let's look at this stuff. Sphere fragment, an ornate mineral orb honeycombed with oxygen bubbles. No relevant taxonomy entries found. So it's useless. Bivalve shell, a bronze-colored bivalve shell found in the bloom. Okay. Taxonomy entry updated. Okay. So we analyzed those thingies. We have theories. After being lucky enough to come across an entire bloom vein shell, analysis has provided some possible explanations for the creature's neurotoxin resistance. Do we have to, like, get a bunch of a single thing to get a cool sketch of it? Or what's going on with that? Because, like, let's go back to the, oops, this. And let's say we did another one of these. Well, it just says 2 now. So if we go back to this, it's the same. Okay, so we must have to do some other kind of analysis to it to be able to get the full picture. And the taxonomy thingy. As far as I know, there's nothing else I can do in here, right? Oh yeah, okay. So I'm probably not going to embark on this whole find the laboratory thing yet. However, oh, that's how far away I got? No wonder I ran out of freaking oxygen. Look how far across this thing I got. And yeah, I think I gotta go and collect all these samples it keeps talking about, right? Are they all different? Table stock, shimmer blooms, sing stock, no, table stock, okay. So we probably need one of those, signal stock. Yeah, probably gotta get those samples. Then this is about the remote lab in the southern part of the bloom. Huh. This is the most unique game I've ever played. It's really kind of mesmerizing. But let's leave it there and see if I can continue on my scientific journey next time.